good Saturday. Watch the versus battle. Ohio, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Isley Brothers. Yeah. So it's going to be a good day for me. Good day for me, Skip. Bad day for you, though.
So, just for today's show, I have a new name. You can call me Skip Baylor, as in Baylor Bears, as in Go Bears Go. I got the Bears. They're my last hope.
Don't do that.
Please, Bears.
Don't do that, Skip. Yeah. Don't do that.
Skip Baylor, how are you?
No, I tried to give you Gonzaga. You didn't want them. You didn't want them, so I took them.
I still don't want them.
All right, well, we had an earthquake here in LA this morning, which means we're going to have plenty to get to today on the show. And we do have to talk about Shannon's team, that undefeated Gonzaga team. You know, they had their first true test of the tournament on Saturday night against the Cinderella UCLA. After forcing overtime, the Bruins tied it up with just over 3 seconds to go, thanks to a putback from Johnny Juzang. But there was just enough time for Jalen Suggs to get the ball past half court and bank home the game-winning shot at the buzzer. I jumped to my feet after watching that one. Shannon, what percent was this shot luck and what percent was skill?
Skip, watching this game, it wasn't the game that I expected, but it was the game I'm glad we got. Because Fox Bet, I think, had the game going off at 13.5 minus 14. So Gonzaga
I saw it as high as 15.
Yeah, so Gonzaga was really expected to blow them out. And everybody kept expecting UCLA to be on borrowed time. They'd won in overtime. They beat Michigan State in overtime. They dodged a bullet against Michigan. So they just on borrowed time. They had a great Cinderella run, but it was over. But they weren't quite ready for this game to end. Skip, I go back, the first game I can remember in the tournament goes back to 1978. Kentucky played Duke. And Kyle Macy, Jack Givens, Rick Roby, all those Kentucky, Joe B. Hall was the coach. So that was the first game I can remember. It's hard for me to say that I've seen everyone since then, the Final Four. There haven't been very many games that's been better than this. I'm talking about, Skip, from start to finish. When you look at it, the way UCLA played, and I'm like, man, Gonzaga, hold on, UCLA, y'all played that well in the first half, and you still down a point. How can you play even better? And Gonzaga go on this run, Skip, with a little over 11 minutes left in the ball game. They go up 7. I said, okay, now they're about to open this thing up. But from like 7:40 on, it never got more than one possession ball game, either side. And you're like, wow, they're really playing. Skip, I know you like Jaime Jaquez, and he played well. But Johnny Juzang, he legit. He's a 3-level player. He can shoot the 3. He can get to the mid-range game. He can post you with his back. He for real, Skip.
Hey, remember, he was a Kentucky recruit.
Yeah, Skip, he gone. Hey, his stock ain't gonna never be as high as it is right now. He gone, bye-bye.
I got it.
But, Skip, when I look at this game, that shot, it wasn't just the shot for Suggs, Skip. It was the block on the dunk, the save the ball, the full-court bounce pass to a streaking Timmy, and then to come back and hit the game winner. Skip, it used to be people thought these shots were luck. But now what they're teaching the kids are doing this from the high school level all the way up to the pros, and we see a lot of pros. Skip, they practice these shots now. Now, I'm not saying he tried to bank it in, but he shot a normal shot. We used to think the shots that Steph Curry and Clay and Dame Lillard were shooting was luck. And then we see them do it over and over and over again. You're like, hold on. There's a certain type of skill that takes to make these shots. First of all, you got to have the gumption. Now, I know the waning second, Skip, you got to take that shot. But he shot it like he would shoot a normal shot. Because what you have to understand, Skip, is that they let him get a head of steam. Yeah, there's only, 3.5, 3.8 seconds. But they let him get a go at it going towards the basket. You got to stop him. They don't pull him up. They let him walk right into a 30-foot 3 and swish. He banked it home. It was an unbelievable shot, Skip, but this kid has it. If somebody else would have taken that shot, Skip, I might have said, Skip, there's a lot of luck. But you don't be Mr. Football in the state of Minnesota, Mr. Basketball in the state of Minnesota, have an opportunity to go to some of these big colleges as a football player. Skip, that was more skill than luck. I'm going to say 85-15.
85 skill.
85% skill, 15%. Because I don't think he called it, I don't know if the bank was open that time, but maybe he had an ATM. So you still can withdraw money from the bank if you got an ATM card. So I like it. Gonzaga, get me my 5Ks and tip it to that lead of yours. You got about 15 up on me, but I get 5 of them back tonight.
Okay. I hear everything you said about the game. The game was spectacular from start to finish. It was back and forth. I was not shocked that UCLA hung in because that's just what they do. That's what they're made of. they also have some it factor to them because they have 3 kids who can create their own shot. Really 4, because all of a sudden Cody Riley started taking jump shots and making his.
Exactly.
And that they have caught fire the way they were the vintage classic March Madness special.
Yep.
They were the classic Cinderella with talent. They were a talented Cinderella.
Right.
Johnny Juzang is gone, but he was a Kentucky recruit. He was a big star out here at Harvard Westlake High School. And again, Calipari was all over him, and he went there, and it was during the pandemic, and he just got homesick and wanted to come back to UCLA.
Right.
Mick Cronin recruited him, and then Mick Cronin was finally back at UCLA. So no shock that he came home to play for the Bruins, and no shock that he carried them that far because he can play.
He can
like
play.
You said, he can play. He's 6 feet 7 inches tall, and he can shoot it. And he had 2 chances to win the game. And the only thing I did not love about the end of regulation and then at the very near the end of overtime was I thought Juzang should have just pulled up and shot a 3 because he was hot-handed and he could have shot one. We had the quote-unquote charge at the end of regulation when I did not think it was a charge. I thought he went sideways. But the point was, it was a bad shot that he took because he drove it into Timmy. Timmy's 6 feet 10 inches tall, and he had 4 fouls, but he just stood there and did what you have to do at that point, saying, no, you can't run over me.
Because that was the game, Skip, because just think if they call a foul, that's a 2-point, that's 2 free throws plus Timmy's gone.
Okay, I'm going to give you it wasn't a foul. It was a no call to me. And it didn't matter because, again, Gonzaga got the rebound because there were like 3 other Zags just standing by themselves under the basket. So that's no harm, no foul, no call, whatever. Let's go forward. So then we go to overtime. And again, he drove it instead of pulling up to shoot the 3. And he got a little fortunate because he got a nice carom.
Got a rebound
and he got to just lay it back up. So here we go, 3-point whatever left. And to your point, Jalen Suggs gets a running start. And the kid, David Singleton, who's 6 feet 4 inches tall, was in for UCLA. He's a backup guard. And he does at least kind of get in his way here. So there's some degree of difficulty. He kind of stood. He kind of just stood up and did what he should have done, which is just go straight up because you definitely don't want to foul him and let him have to make only one free throw out of 3. So now we get to luck or skill. I'm sorry, but that is, I'm going to give you 5% skill, but it's no more than 5% because I'll give you the 5% to be able to shoot the ball from that far on the dead run and at least hit the backboard. It takes 5% skill.
But think about it, though, Skip. How hard, I mean, he's shooting the ball going towards the rim. So just imagine the touch that he has to have because normally, Skip, that's a carom. Boom, bank, the ball's way back. To shoot a bank shot from that distance straight on?
Okay, but it's 95% luck because he missed it a foot to the right and he missed it about a foot long. And you can't tell me he was aiming at the backboard from that angle because he just wasn't aiming at the backboard here. Juzang makes a shot, and here we go again. And remember, this is from an angle. So to make this off the backboard, it has to carom it has to hit a little to the right of the rim for it to go down through the rim at an angle. A lot of times these shots are made dead straight on, and at least if you're going right at the basket, you have to keep it dead on line to backboard it. On this case, he's trying to shoot it. You can't tell me he wasn't trying to swish it because in your mind's eye, you don't think, I think I'll bank this.
He's trying to make it. He's just trying to make it.
He's just trying to swish it. He's trying to make it through the rim on the fly. And it's a little wide right, and it's about a foot long, and yet it just hits perfectly, boom, boom, and goes right to the basket. It was just shocking. Boom, boom, through the basket. It was like, oh, my God, he just banked in the game winner. Well, obviously, because you have given me the field, I'm rooting for the Bruins. And obviously, I'm like, give me a you-know-what. and I'm screaming and yelling, and Ernestine's sitting with me, my wife, and Hazel's barking at me because I'm out of my mind. But Ernestine's point was, what a great shot. I said, no, it's pure luck at that point, and I tweeted it was pure luck because I hate to see a great game end on a shot like that. It marred the game for me. And I was a little disappointed in Jalen Suggs because he immediately runs and jumps up on the scorer's table and he said, I wanted to do what Kobe and Dwayne Wade did. Okay, I got that. But did you make A skill shot? No, you made a pure luck shot. Again, I'll give you 5% skill, but I'm doing 95% luck. I would be a little sheepish about it. I'd be like rolling my eyes, like, thank you, God. We
No.
advanced.
I'm in the tournament history. I'm in tournament law.